Hello and welcome to Open Palms. We got classic players, SvetovoiDim, also known as Yamadharma, taking on Lucian 78, also known as Lushi. I want to call him Ziggy, but I'm pretty sure Ziggy and Ganelan were somebody else, but perhaps I'm wrong. Too many Smurfs. But both these players have been around since, since mid 2000s or late 2000s, 2008. And it's 2014, it's still going at it on Open Palms, the original map. But of course, if they could only see how far this game has gone, which I still think is only the beginning for this game, because finally the average gamer out there can actually run it, which is big. But what happens when the average gamer can just run it? Then you have the people with good PCs and they're playing settings. It's just getting insane. Like, there's, in so many ways, no upper limit to this game. We already see a difference. Hunters, very early hunters. We see first hunter from Lucian, second hunter from Yama, or Svetavoy. Hopefully the mic is alright. And I didn't forget anything, which I tend to do, unfortunately. Wonder if this would help at all. No. Yeah, the two hunters might just face each other in the middle, and if they both die, that's a victory for Yama, since he went second hunter. And let's see who got the first shot. Looks like it's a draw. Nice colors. Now these engineers could be in a bit of trouble. This is where Yama is moving out to the front, going second air. And here, this 2 health. At 2 health, if only these scouts could shoot. Alright, this one's got 44 health. Let's see. 1 shot, 1 kill. First kill goes to Yama. See if the second kill goes to... Sorry, yeah. That one went to... First 2 kills went to Yama. The third kill goes to Lushi with his Avantis, but a big disruption here. Those engineers, instead of building, were forced to hide. So Yama a bit ahead. I gotta say, early on, everything is gone Yama's way. Second air at base. So, engineer, wow. Second air engineer, second air bomber from Lucian. Lucian attempted to be a little more aggressive this entire time. That early light assault, but now first bomber. As we see Manti. Yama recently switched from Aeon to Cybern, since Aeon just sucks. Some maps they don't. While Lucian has been trying to shake off the rust, he was in the final of the last 1800 tourney. But he got beat by Zoc. I'll probably eventually stop talking about that, but it was so one-sided that it was kind of sad. Yama is one player I'd love to see in that tourney. We currently have 9 signups. Some of the top players, but we're definitely missing people. Oh, look at that micro from Yama. He just blocked the weaker Mantis. Not sure that was on purpose, but it was really nice. Looks like a successful bomb. Double bomb, maybe? Lucian? No. So sad. He's gonna lose his bomber and Mantis. Meanwhile, the two Manta here showing off pro micro, dominating the top side. Lucian doing the unorthodox, going to the left with his ACU. To the top, he's got an exposed engineer. However, Lucian's busy fighting off Manti. And this is where he also needs to show off some micro. Oh my god, okay. 5 kills. That's not what I would have predicted, but those are some pro Manti there from Yama. Extremely annoying. And another fairly big group here going up top. There's 3 engineers on the land spam. I gotta see how much these players reclaimed. 800. Usually on all open palms at this point you start mass stalling. You gotta not have 3 engineers on those factories. 600. And Lushi, really nice eco balance. But Lushi's had all kinds of problems up on top. His bombers, though. Second kill. Also, this is a nice looking Mantis here. If you can get a Mantis in the back, these engineers are vulnerable. Took a long time to walk there. But so far, this is the MVP. 5 kills. How quickly 1 health per second regeneration. He's got 297, almost as much health as a striker. Yama getting expansion factory. He's going to get an engineer and a Hydra. Hydras on this map are so nice. And one thing about Yama, he really hasn't made too many extra P-gens. Mostly factories. So this Hydra is going to be critical for him. Also point defense. As on top, we're going to see a battle, and this one's going to go down to micro. We also see a Medusa, a couple Medusas. And this is the 5 kills, 6 kills now. 324 health on that Mantis. Up top, I think it's going to be numbers. And these. Not the best way to use your air. And in terms of map control, a slight advantage to Yama. He's got the back. He's got his ACU here covering this side. He's got 7 kills. Man, I want to see that Mantis survive. I want to see it kill. Let's actually see what it's going to do. It needs to keep on running. Keep on running, dude. No. Oh, the hero dies. And here, this is the other Mantis. There is just engineers. Just got to keep your range. Keep your distance. Oh. Unlucky. I really like Cybern games. They're very straightforward, quick units. No nonsense. You just, whoever has better control, better strategies wins. The units allow you to execute your things. Plus, you have lots of tricks, especially when you go to the Tech 2 stage. Stealth. A lot of splash as well. Not the best accuracy, but you can do a lot of damage. That's consistent with the gunship, with the Tech 3 Arty. All the way up to the Scathus. Tech 3 bombers. Tech 2 bombers are just amazing. The best MMLs, best cruise missiles, taking out TMDs. ECU with stealth and gun. All kinds of tricks. And I really do think that currently they're probably the most fun faction to play. They might be the strongest as well, but that's a hard call. Tech 2 land from Lushi coming up minute 9. We see Tech 2 land yet from Yama. Yama really utilizing a lot of adjacency. Also adjacency from Lushi. And Lushi building up a lot of build capacity here. Rhinos. Fairly even economies. Lushan. Lushan's going to grab the top expansions. The other expansion is going to be grabbed by Yama. Actually, maybe not. Yama with 4 factories on these ledges. It's a fairly big commitment. As in the middle, we're seeing Lushan run in, and I think he's going to grab the middle, at least deny it. A wall and a point defense from Lushan. Lushan loves to make walls. I think it's not just Lushan, many people. Walls with a point defense at the end of the wall. It kind of guides the units into the point defense. As we're going to see some important battles. No battle up on top. Gotta see how Lushan switches from Tech 2 to Tech 1 to Tech 2. He's already got another support factory. He's got some TMDs. He's got 67 mass. Very nice balance, just enough power, and just a little bit of a mass stall. You always want to be right there about -5, something like that. So you're not wasting, and you're always very much ready to use any reclaim that you got. Tech 2 mass extractor, Tech 2 factory. See some Tech 2 mass extractors. No, Lushan not upgrading yet. Yama is, or has. And it does look like Yama's going to grab both of the sides. So overall, there's been a very even game. One slight difference in style is a lot more transports from Lushan. And also earlier Tech 2 from Lushan. So he's got He's got these rhinos out in the field ready to do damage. And he's got them on both sides. As Yama tries to run in, he does have a hoplite that gets killed. Hoplite got a little too close to units that are actually good. Tech 2 engineer. Yeah, that's a lot of TMD. That's I think each one of those costs what, 200 mass? Probably more. 280. So that's a fairly big investment. It's like 2/3 of a Tech 2 mass extractor and TMD right up front. That will make him safe. That's one of the reasons Zlo does not like to build those at all, but at the same time it sucks to get hit. Also 2 TMDs, and you can see what they're protecting. They're protecting that original HQ. Because yeah, losing that HQ is very painful. Lushan with a Tech 2 ACU attempted to make a Tech 2 point defense creep, could get himself in a bit of trouble actually. He does have units that will provide him protection if needed. There's also a Tech 2 engineer here. So a bit of a Tech 2 on Tech 2 battle. Together with the ACU. The ACU for Yama's back home does not have Tech 2, he's just assisting. Yeah, he's going to get a Tech 2 and then a radar. It's one thing we got to look at, how many Tech 2 P-gens are going to be built. Lushan slightly ahead. Lushan significantly below on mass now. That's because he does not have the sides, and on the sides, supporting Tech 2 factory mobile missile launchers. This is the standard way to play on open palms now. With the since Engimod, you grab the tops, you put Tech 2 on there, and it looks like a Tech 2 drop, a couple rhinos. This could be bad for Yama. You never want to underestimate the power of a Tech 2 drop. There were 4 rhinos. Those should be able to, with a little micro, take over the top. Lushan getting a new front line. One thing about open palms is there is a big area with no mass, so you can be moving the front line back and forth. That won't really affect things too much. It will affect some minor things where you can put cruise missile launchers, things like that, but it's not like you're denying many mass extractors. But this right here is a major denial that was successful from Yama. Yama now significantly ahead on mass as these rhinos continue the conquest of the top. Tech 2 point defense. You can see the placement of the Tech 2 point defenses from Lushan. Those are very nice. So this battle up top continues with an engineer standing by from Yama, ready to grab any dead units. And will this be finished in time? It'll be critical to finish that in time. A rhino. Perfect. So Lushan should have the top, although he did suffer quite a bit of damage. Once he holds the top, he could do the same thing that... Okay, Lushan getting on top. Lushan's going to go grab both sides. He doesn't care. As long as he doesn't get himself in too much trouble. But a Tech 2 point defense creep, he should be able to grab that easily. One thing that Yama could do, this is a major force. I think he has the potential to push through and kill everything here. I think he could totally do it. In terms of numbers, he's got numbers. He also has a superior economy, so his advantage should be increasing. However, in terms of map control, his advantage is going to disappear shortly. But we do see many Tech 2 mass extractors. That's what Yama's doing. He's investing into the future. 5 Tech 2 mass extractors, Lushan. 4 Tech 2 mass extractors. So he's, and Tech 3 land. Lushan not wasting any time. Tech 3 land. That is something to take note of. I think 1 or 2 bricks, and that will take away the opportunity. Actually, we already see a loyalist on the field. One thing, this is one time the hoplite's actually better than the loyalist at range, but you see how quickly that thing dies. I believe damage per second is about 166, if I just remember correctly. So in about 3-4 seconds next to a loyalist, the hoplite dies. Yeah, that was very fast. Lushi. Why not? Yeah, okay, yeah, he finished that. But that was a very decisive move from Lushi. And finally, we see this move from Yama. I think he could have done it a bit earlier, but he did it nonetheless. He did run through a loyalist. I think if he would have done it before the loyalist got there, it would be much more potent. As a brick gets in, and from a brick, you just want to run away. This loyalist, 14 kills. Brick is going to get even more on the other side. Perhaps a push. We'll see Tech 2 gunships. First time we've seen Tech 2 gunships in this one. And was this a successful drop? Totally missed that. Yeah, 6 kills on that Tech 2 point defense. Yeah, looks like successful defense from Malushi. However, he did lose a number of units, and we'll see 38 kills. Oh my god. Time to slow this down. This is a unit. It's a thing of beauty. Lushan's employing to do damage in. Oh, a secret Tech 2 base from Yama. He holds on to the top. I must have missed some things. I did see Tech 2 gunships. I'm not sure if he used them. Oh, but yeah, Tech 2 gunship. This is the way you want to use these. 50 damage per second. And this thing has 1200. So 22 seconds to kill it without any interference. And it does look like air control from Yama. Let's see if you can use that to an effect. This is a spread out map until you see Tech 2 flak everywhere. Yeah, that brick is going to get a lot of kills. This brick is already 14. How's the Tech 3 land going? He's just getting it. A much later Tech 3 land. Instead of going straight Tech 3 land, Yama stopped by at Tech 2 air. And it was good so far, but he's going to start paying for it at this stage as the bricks make it to the front lines and start pushing back, which will allow Lushan to recover map control, plus give him a whole bunch of reclaim. And looking at that, we see 1200 for Lushan Yama. He's got a significant advantage, but I think that that advantage is going to disappear. Meanwhile, we do have to note that some good raiding everywhere by Yama in this raid that I missed from Lushan. And one thing about Yama, he still has some forces in the back, so he's not completely off of this position. And also good move here from Yama. He's got Tech 2 point defenses and TMDs. That should make it difficult for Lushan to try to deny this position. As we see Tech 2 gunships against bricks. Up on top, this brick, 12 kills, continues to push. It's going to become very necessary to have bricks on the field for Yama. He is getting pushed back. Up on top, though, these bricks are just tanking damage. I don't care. Tech 2 flak to support the bricks, and this is a lot of rhinos. A rhino, this I think is about 100 DPS from a rhino, versus a brick which has almost twice the range, plus 300 DPS. And in terms of health, one of these 10,000. Rhino only 2,000. So it's especially the range. One thing not to underestimate in this game is how important the range is. For example, if you compare the Titan from UEF and the Loyalist, they have the same damage per second and very similar health. But the Loyalists significantly better, just because a few extra pixels of range. Mobile missile launchers from Yama continue to... Yeah, I think if Lushan was able to hold on to the top, it would be a lot more difficult for Yama right now. He'd be at a big disadvantage, but because Yama was able to hold on and is continuing to deny the top, he's in good shape as bricks from Yama beginning to make an impact. I've played Yama many times on open palms. I think I've beat him one time when he was rusty, or maybe twice. I remember one time when he just came back on FAF. I did beat him. But other times it's been extremely difficult. He's especially good on this one. Lushan, I don't think I've ever beat her under any circumstances. I think him and Blackheart. Probably add Pechirico to that, but I haven't played Pechirico many times. The only players I haven't really beat. They're consistently better. As the bricks continue their assault. Take 2 PDs. Don't want to get shot by those for too long. You see, the bricks actually don't really care that much. And another Tech 2 drop. Is that going to be a brick drop? Yep. Another attempt from Lucy to take the top. And is that the original Trebuchet? No, I think that first one died. But Trebuchet's making it on the field as we're seeing a push. No way this brick's going to die. Oh, veterancy just in time. Yeah, those bricks are just too powerful. There is some stealth here that's helping. I think it would almost die, but got the vet just in time. As these units, is that stealth? Yeah. So Lushan has no idea that there's something there, except that there's missiles coming out. Quite annoying. And the brick has been dropped off. It's going to claim back the land. Tech 3 Max Extractor from Yama. Both these players are known to eco quite well. Probably Lushan known more for his eco than, Yama known more for his eco than Lushan. And Tech 3 land, but Lushan is one player never underestimate how well he ecos. He ecos as well as anybody. When he's on top of his game, he's probably the best. Except Zoc lately has been scary as hell. Yeah, the most beautiful unit in the game. Well, maybe. Sitting in the trees. Next to the ACU, getting the job done. But this is the result. Nothing you can do about it. Whoa, what is that? That's the TMD. These arties, yeah. So lately what we've seen is kind of a shift in the game with a lot more artillery from Lushan. I still haven't seen a single arty from Yama, and these arties beginning to do quite a bit of damage, and I think it's safe to say that this whole area is going to be erased by Lushan. And this brick has taken over the top shelf, which means that eventually this will be an important battle. These two bricks, many kills, but just a single brick for at least stick to point defenses have been firing a lot, not getting many kills but causing a lot of damage. 41 kills on that brick. These two arties will park and shoot, erase the point defenses, and looks like another drop. Lushan just dropping all over the place. Some Tech 2 point defenses, Tech 2 mask structures don't want to lose those. As this push continues and more bricks and support, Yama needs to do something. At the Tech 3 stage has been absolutely outplayed. His Tech 2 air hasn't really made too much of an impact. He is still ahead on eco for a little while, but I think that's going to go away soon, especially when Lushan drops off a couple of units, grabs back a couple more mask extractors, perhaps denies a couple more mask extractors here in the back. This finally we're seeing some artillery from Yama firing back, but arty versus arty. This is where shield, stealth, first shots, and numbers are so critical. Yeah. 28 minutes in, Lushan has really been asserting his superiority in this one. Gunship on gunship battles. Superior numbers for Yama. It looks like he'll be able to grab it. Also, it looks like Lushan might have air control here soon. And resource allocation for Yama. That means he's probably thinking Tech 3 air. So perhaps Tech 3 air can change things up for him. Although Lushan with a Tech 2 ACU, couple shields here, probably be rather difficult to kill. Plus he's got Tech 3, so he can throw up Tech 3 onto air rather quickly. But here, similar numbers, although still numbers for Lushan. If Yama can win this battle, that'll be a lot of reclaim for him, as Yama's base is now under a very severe threat. It's amazing how it just got all turned on its head. Yama was significantly ahead, and then Lushan suddenly dropped off here with his ACU, took over, and dropped up on top, kept on denying the top. And he wasn't upgrading as much as Yama, I guess is one of the things. And then the quick Tech 3 move, and he just had numbers at the Tech 3 stage everywhere. And I imagine he probably reclaimed quite a bit more. 25,000 Yama, 27, so very similar, although Lushan did come back. And now the result is that the battle's going on inside Yama's base. Yama should be able to overcharge here. Does Yama have power storage? Has plenty of power storage. Perhaps he doesn't want. Oh, there it is. There's the overcharge. Elsewhere, the battle continues with the bricks pushing past. 42 kills. Thinking that last assault, that's probably where some of the better bricks were. A lot of reclaim now for Yama, who's who has 2 Tech 3 mass extractors. Actually has 3. These are both Tech 3. So he's got a lot of eco. But he doesn't have too many units. And Lushan now beginning to take over. He's grabbing all the land that he's captured, claiming it to himself, and I think he's about to take the top of these bricks, and that's going to deny those MMLs, which have been denying 6 mass extractors. Oh, and yeah, this is a good drop. Good work from Lushan. As here, it's going to be a rare win for Yama. Yama attempting to rebuild. He's probably going to have a good reclaim at this point. He's got so much mass, so much power, but he just doesn't have the build capacity to use it all. Lushan 27, but he's going to make up for it with those bricks. Another drop coming. It's been major battles here. Ooh, and here it'll be so close. I think if Lushan loses this could make it interesting. And there's a stealth field here. That could be critical, especially when Lushan will be followed. He won't be able to fire back while being shot. That's exactly what we're seeing here. It's a trick with the bricks. We do not have the same vision radius as their gun radius. So stealth with bricks is critical. And Yama is going to get a victory. And Yaman, somebody never to discount. Oh, looks like he's going to lose those Tech 2 mass extractors. Some capturing going on. So much mass available. Pretty good looking force. So what's next? The spider has been started by Lushan. Think about a spider together with the bricks. That's got a lot more punch than just bricks. The bricks can provide the health. Can go up front, while the spider, it's also got a stealth field. I want to check out just how large it is if Lushan finishes it. I know a while ago it was quite large, so you can put an entire force under the stealth field. So a bit of a push from Yama. So in case people haven't been watching Lushan's casts, they're the greatest resource, as Lushan is about to drop 2 bricks right next to Yama's ACU. Yama's probably going to overcharge. Perhaps he's going after the TMDs. Is there cruise missiles? No, that was just a straight up gift. Oh, that's a beautiful gift. So people haven't been watching. And actually, major victories, I think, for Lushan. Yama beginning to come back in this one. Although Lushan has been investing in his economy. He's got over 200 mass income now. I really enjoyed the last few Lushan's casts. I also got to mention Styre has been casting. This is where the Tech 3 mass extractors are. This is huge. So for people who enjoy settings, you just have to kind of play with the equalizer. Lushan wondering how many bombers. Lushan can't believe that he's dominating this much. There is now Tech 3 air. That's probably what he's thinking. Oh, and this is going to be a big counterattack. I think it's going to be a loss for Yama. Tech 2 transport. Yep. Doesn't look good. But the difference is that there is a SF now for Yama. So when somebody asks you in a game like this that you're still want to stay competitive, how many bombers? I think under most circumstances you have to lie. Because telling the truth here, you don't really gain anything. So if you have 0, you could say something like, 5 or something like that, just to put some doubt. And then in the future, if they remember that you lied. People usually remember when you lie to them much more than when you tell the truth. Has a stronger effect. Tech 3 air, Tech 3 power from Lushan. The spider is complete, and we wanted to see how far does the stealth go. Oh, I want to see counterintelligence. Is it just for itself? I think in the past it was as big as his range, but well, maybe somebody could tell me because it's obviously not working. But one thing that Lucian does at his cast, he just focuses on one player. It adds, I think, so much of the gameplay. I think it's a little more difficult for people to understand. But perhaps if people want me to do the same thing, where I would have just selected Yama the entire game and watched how the game looked like from his perspective. Something I've thought of in the past, but it's actually, I don't know if it's more accessible to people or not. I think it's more interesting because there's a lot more of the game. As we see the spider just demolishing. A lot of really nice wrecks. And up on top, Yama just refuses to die. As we see strats. I imagine there's probably Tech 3 into air somewhere. There is Tech 3 into air. You want to avoid that if you're... Ooh, that sucked. So much Tech 3 power from Lucian, who's got another Tech 3 mask extractor. I want to see how many Tech 3 mask extractors Lucian's sitting on. Sitting on 4. He's got a spider, but he has less bricks. Actually, what are the reclaim numbers? 48,000, Yama 53. It's one of the things we can't check if we just focus on one player, is like all the reclaim, things like that. But in case people don't know, they should definitely check out Lucian's last video and see how it is. It's one of the most fun things to watch. So where he looks at Zoc versus Mr. Smith. And Zoc's intro, that music is pretty cool. Guess that's why he's so good, because he listens to such inspirational music. And brick numbers are definitely in favor of Yama now, whose mass income is slowly climbing up. Also, I think if Lucian's going to cast something, he should cast my game versus Yama, where we had a 70-minute game on Via Protectorate. If he's interested, I could send him the replay. Oh, that was a battle. Definitely a battle. I don't feel like casting it, but if somebody wanted to. It was also Cybern on Cybern, and there was massive brick battles. And I think in brick battles, it's pretty critical how you put the bricks and which angles. Yeah, if that's ever casted, perhaps people will see what I'm talking about. Engineer battle, just barely won by Lucian. Is going to go ahead and capture himself some mask extractors, as the SFs are on the field from both players. And it's going to be another counter victory by Yama, with the second wave coming in from Yama. Meanwhile, this spider got 22 kills, some big kills, but overall didn't make the impact perhaps that Yama wanted. Lucian's late to something. I'll try to help him. I'll put it at +2. Yeah, when you're fighting somebody good like that, like Yama, and you're winning, but you just can't finish it, you sometimes make sacrifices in other aspects of your life, which is probably not a good idea. As we see, a spider is nearly completed from Yama. Lucian, though, with this much eco, he could probably... I mean, he can do whatever he wants. He just needs more build capacity. He's really spamming air quickly, as the spider is pushing up. Also, I want to know where Lucian's ACU is. I haven't seen that thing for a long time. It's still down here? No, he's back here. He's under a stealth field, being inconspicuous. And now Spider's going to be complete. I think it'll be just in time for that, for Lucian Spider. And actually, if Lucian goes in here, oh, and Tech 3 air, oh, we see a Strat Bomber get killed. This is some Tech 3 gunships. If they soften up this spider and a new spider comes in, that's going to be a great gift. Also artillery. It's nothing to And I think Illusia realizes this is not a good idea and he's going to retreat. As the air fight continues, this is fairly close. A lot more Tech 1 air for Lucian. Yeah, the battles with Yama are typically very long because he doesn't give up. And he's got a very good economy. Kind of like Mr. Smith from... I think Yama's better than Mr. Smith. Although Mr. Smith's also quite good. Kind of like that game that Lucian commented last. A Brick's winning. And the thing about Zoc, it's probably one of the reasons actually I had a chance to beat him a few times, is that he does tend to troll the game a lot. So he's definitely not very even. Unlike somebody like Blackheart, who's just consistently a badass, or Lucian, who's also, I would say, one of the most consistent players ever until that game versus Zoc. Another very consistent player would be Voodoo, although I think he's also been a little rusty lately. And I'd love to see Voodoo and Zlo to join the tourney. As we see the Spider, the tourney that's going to happen this Saturday. Oh, wow. So what we're seeing here is a complete turn. Lucian still has a huge economy, but losing all this all this power. And this is, I think, a micro mistake. These bricks are kind of thrown away. The Spider's coming back home. Oh my god. And there... Oh, okay, no, never mind. I was wondering, what is Lucian doing with all his economy? He made a game ender. Yeah. Yeah. So all the victories up front don't matter because this is going to end it. I think in the intro, I don't know how many people noticed. Look at Lucian's intro video. He's got a bunch of old game footage that you can see, and there's the one game where he wins with one of these Soul Rippers. I believe it was a classic 2v2 that Guile may have casted. Yeah, people should definitely check that out. So hopefully people enjoy this one.